Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Juliet, and this is the Foothills Under 30 podcast, where I will be interviewing 30 local, inspiring, and captivating people in our Foothills area, which is Eastern Madera and Mariposa County. I would like to thank Mariposa Gazette for partnering with us. And for our very first guest, I'm so excited to announce we've got Kai Asmund from North Fork.
Now I'm grown, what do I do with this ground from which I grew? This old land, rolling oaks, my hands in long to sow seeds of home. And I've still got a lot to learn, probably more than I deserve. But I'm not alone in my labor, 'cause I've got neighbors for to share love we grow. If we can come together, we can weather any storm. So brother, take my hand, I'll take hold of yours. Let's all come together, build a better life for all in these wild waves of hope that crash against the mountains tall.
Thank you for the support of the Grove House, Peak Excavating Inc., and SierraGrass. I also want to thank our partners, the Mariposa Gazette and the KRYZ Radio. And thank you to our community partner, the Oakhurst Area Chamber of Commerce. This episode is brought to you by the Grove House in Mariposa, a venue that feels like the heart of the Foothills music community. If you're into discovering new artists, catching touring musicians on intimate stages, or showing up for local bands finding their voice, the Grove House is the place. They host open mics, folk nights, high-energy shows that include rock, folk, indie, acoustic nights, and all the in-between moments that make a community music scene feel alive. You'll find rotating craft beer, local wine, and food that fits the night. But the heart of it is the music, the people who play there, and the people who show up. Whether you're passing through, meeting friends, or planning a music-forward night out, check out the Grove House on 5th Street. It's the kind of place that represents what we're trying to celebrate on the podcast. Local talent, genuine community. Follow them online for upcoming concerts and open mic nights, and support the places that support local artists. You can follow them on their social media platforms, The Grove House, or go to thegrovehouse.mariposa.com.
So we've got Kai Asmund from North Fork doing through forestry, music, logging, just being here in North Fork and just kind of representing a lot of great things in our community.
Oh, thank you.
And we're filming here at Three Springs, which is kind of a full circle for you.
Definitely.
You grew up here, right? In North Fork?
Yeah, born and raised
here?
Yeah. I grew up in Cascadel Woods. I lived here in Three Springs for a little bit. But yeah, I lived here my whole life.
Wow. What has made you want to write music about this place and flee for the hills when you left for Cal Poly?
Well, I did flee for the hills, is the thing. I was ready to get the hell out of this town. I was like, I'm done. And I think it was leaving that made me realize how much I love this place and made me want to come back. When I tell people about North Fork, I'm like, it's like a snow globe. It's like this little fairy tale kind of been lost to the rest of the world. The rest of the world can't touch. It's really magical place, honestly, with a lot of history, and everyone here is a character. Like, this whole place is just a story. And what I try to do with my music is tell those stories, find what they sound like.
What got you into starting to do music, even at all, or even thinking about doing it? That just seems so different than studying forestry, which that's what you ended up doing at Cal Poly.
The only musical person in my family that I know of is my grandpa, and this is his guitar. It's a 1956 Gibson, my pride and joy. I took guitar lessons for a couple years when I was younger, like 12 through 15, here at Three Springs with the legendary John Kilburn, who's been playing around here for, 30 or 40 years. Absolutely phenomenal human and guitar player, one of the founders of Three Springs. So I took lessons with him for a couple years when I was younger, and I never really got into it. It wasn't interesting to me singing. I'm not a guitar player. So I put it down for a long time until I went to college, and I met my roommate Joey, my best friend's biggest inspirations now. And he was playing guitar and singing around a campfire one night. And I was like, man, this is awesome. I wish I could sing. And he's like, you can learn how to sing. You know that? I was like, what? And he's like, I used to be a horrific singer. And then I learned how. He started giving me some tips, and it was a lot of practice by myself, just listening Singing's hard to do. It's, at least for me, like some people it's really natural, but I was a really bad singer, which I tell people, and I'm still working on it. Like I'm still finding my voice, which I think anyone who sings can tell you that. Like it's a lifelong kind of thing. But once I started making some progress there, I was like, this is awesome. This is all I want to do. So I started writing songs because that's what I wanted to do, was write songs. And singing and guitar became kind of a vehicle for that. I just practiced. When I was in college, the first year I started playing heavily in college, my second year, I would play 6 hours a day on average and sing 6 hours a day. Didn't go to class much. I was a good student, got Forester of the Year there when I graduated. I did well. It just, forestry was intuitive to me. It makes sense. So it wasn't a huge strain and it left me a lot of time to play music. So I think in a way, college really like provided a lot of freedom to create music.
How did you get past the initial part of, I'm bad at this, I suck at singing, and I still am going to keep going? What made you keep going?
There was a song I was learning. It was The Muse by the Wood Brothers. And
that's such a good song.
It's such a good song. And sitting in the living room playing and Joey making dinner or something. And I hit this one note and Joey came out. He's like, that's it. You did it. And I was like, and after like that moment, I was like, all right.
You got it. Yeah, just that one glimmer of hope got you.
I just started chasing it.
Oh my gosh. That's amazing. When did you start pursuing it, performing in front of people, like recording?
It's been a kind of a slow transition. I think there was as soon as I started writing songs and realizing like, oh, like what I'm good at is I can write good songs. I knew I always wanted to perform and do it in some capacity. I started going to open mics when I was in college, and there's like my fourth year, I went religiously, like 1 or 2 a week, every single week, and just did horrifically. Like I bombed so many times for the first while, but I was like, I need to get used to standing on stage and performing for people, so that won't be the issue. And I got a lot better at it. That's what I really love about music, is sharing it with people and the live music part of it, and like performing. That connection is really what I love. It's kind of a weird thing to pursue. It's a scary thing to pursue.
Not everyone would do it.
It feels kind of crazy in this world that we live in, like a world so focused on production, and the value of someone is like how much they produce economically. It's a crazy thing to be like, I'm going to sing some songs. Like such a weird thing, but like, I love it. And I think we need more people doing that, doing what they love. And this is what I love doing. I tried to do forestry at the same time. I was kind of like split. So I worked for the Forest Service here during the summers, during college, cutting trees, to provide a lot of inspiration. And just in general, that kind of work is really good for, like, I wrote songs in my head while I was cutting trees down, and I would sing while I was cutting trees. No one else can hear me, and I can kind of hear myself a little bit through the headphones. So that was good. And then I came back, I graduated college, worked another summer for the Forest Service, and I was like, all right, well, I guess I need to make money. I guess I have this degree, so I should use it. So I went to go work for Coarse Gold Resource Conservation District, which is an amazing local organization who does so much for fire prevention, planting trees, pollinator habitats. And after working for the Forest Service, it was a breath of fresh air in a lot of ways, because it was so locally oriented and very community oriented. And whereas the Forest Service is this huge national organization with all these layers and all this red tape, which I'm not like, there's red tape everywhere in environmental work, but it was more focused and grounded in the community. I did that, but the issue was, a lot of it was desk work. And that was something that was really difficult for me. And it wasn't even the desk work so much as that, like, just sitting there, all I want to do is play my guitar.
While your job, you're only thinking about what you would wish be doing.
And that didn't work out. We parted ways a month ago, something like that. And no hard feelings on either side. I love what they're doing. They're amazing. We went and planted trees with North Fork Elementary School. And me and my boss at the time and another guy, we had all gone to North Fork Elementary School. It was so cool, like, getting to go out there, see the kids, and be like, oh, the next generation of North Forkians.
And getting to talk to them and inspire them.
So very cool. I love that school a lot. The land, even if it's not something that's going to be what I do mainly like as a career, it's something I really love and want to help, because like the land is everywhere, but like out here, especially after learning so much at Cal Poly, I'm like, wow, things are really bad. I don't think people realize how much we depend on the land around us. I love working up at the Kern Farm, which is an amazing, pretty revolutionary what they're doing up there. Love working up there. And I work the land at Three Springs, cut down trees, cut firewood. Being in that job though, kind of realizing what I don't want to do made me really realize I kind of have to do this, or I have to try.
At least try with all your might. Do what you can to make your dream happen and not just give up on it.
Well, and even if I don't become like a full-time musician, because there are a lot of other things I want to do in my life, I think for anyone who has like a dream they want to follow, even if you don't, like, you're not going to end up where you want to end up ever. And it's about the journey. Like, if you follow something that like you really believe in and you love, you'll end up somewhere good. It might not be where you thought it was going to be. It might be better. That's just what I'm trying to do right now.
Make a world a better place with one song at a time.
One song at a time.
Tell me a little bit how you came North Fork, going to forestry, then coming back. How did you know you wanted to get in forestry? Is that just because you lived up here and it was so prevalent?
I mean, I grew up going to the Loggers Jamboree, which is an absolute institution of an event in North Fork, like old time timber sports, and just kind of grew up around here. When you applied to Cal Poly, you had to pick something, and I saw they had a timber sports team, and I was like, that looks cool. I think I'll do forestry.
Have you never done timber sports before?
I'd never done it. No.
Oh, wow.
And that was like the best. That was my favorite part of college, was the logging team.
Wow.
A bunch of really down to earth, good hearted people that gave me a home when I was in college, because it felt like up here, like we had our own unit pond. There were chainsaws, there were boots. It was like,
did you feel like home?
And leaving, I didn't really appreciate this place until I left. You know, you're writing your college applications. Why do you want to do forestry? I'm like, I live in the forest. Like, my home's been pretty ravaged by wildfires, by mismanagement. And I was like, I want to learn so I can come back here and help. And I realized, oh, that's actually true. It wasn't something I wrote on my application. I do want to come back here and help.
Oh my gosh. Then after that, when did you realize in college that you wanted to move back?
I knew I was going to come back for the summer after and work for the Forest Service, just to like save some money, do some work, spend some time back home. And I was torn. I was like, do I want to go travel or do I want to stay here? And at the time I was like, I really want to stay here and like help my community and help the environment, you know, and that's what I do want to do someday. I was like, buy a house here, settle down and start working. And I realized kind of like, that's what I do want, but it's not in my life right now. I'm always going to come back here. This is my home.
This is your home. You decided that. You're like, yeah. This is my home.
Well, we don't get to pick our home always. Sometimes our home picks us.
Oh, that's such a sweet thought. North Fork has really inspired you with your music.
A lot of it, for sure. The land around here has definitely inspired some songs. The people. There's just some wild, amazing, unique people around here. I'm like, where did you come from? How has there not been a song written about you yet? It's inspired it fully.
What would you say a part of North Fork and the foothills? Would you say it's the community here and the people that inspire you most, or is it the landscape?
It's a mix. The community here is, I've never seen anything like it.
I agree with you.
And I haven't been a ton of places.
The community here is unlike anywhere else. You're in a place in California where everyone has different opinions, but it doesn't matter that we have different opinions. Matter. Like, it's not that like, okay, you believe in this and you believe in that, we can't be friends. It's not even like that. It's like we all can be friends because our greatest enemy is fire. Yeah. And like, that's who we're fighting against. And so it's not, and I mean, a common enemy brings people together, and we are against the world up here. Like, we're so far from Fresno and Merced. We're in this like little Eastern Madera, Mariposa bubble. We have no one else really. And that's kind of how the mentality, I think, of people up here. It's like, we can figure it out.
Yeah, we are up against, like, living out in the mountains, like, you are up against the fire, you're up against the rain and snow. So like, you can't really be too mean to anyone around here.
And everyone knows each other.
Everyone knows each other. Like, your kids probably go to school together, or like everyone knows everyone through some degree of separation around here. Can't be too mean to someone. That guy might need to come fix your roof or something. Like,
that's so true. For you, what would you say is something very foothills?
I mean, the Loggers Jamboree is a big one for me. At least North Fork wise, that's like, people don't know that exists. They don't know timber sports exists. We actually have like the 2-time world champion, Nate Hodges, lives in North Fork, is from North Fork, like born and raised, started competing at the North Fork Jamboree. So like, the Jamboree is a super special thing.
You got to compete with him this year. Gosh.
Yeah, I did the Pro-Am. We partnered for the Pro-Am 2 years ago. Super great. And he's just a North Fork man. Like, it's like a normal anybody else up here. Super sweet guy. I think something a lot of people don't get. My buddy Joey came up to live here for a summer. He's like, what do you guys do up here? He's like, there's nothing to do. I'm like, oh, there's so much to do. You can go drive up this road. You can go drive up that road. You can go swim in this creek. You can go jump in that lake. What do you mean? There's so much to do. And I think it is like, that's something around here. That's just what you do. There is a lot to do. I think there's becoming more to do. that sense of driving old mountain roads is something that just for fun, just to explore.
I think it's like a myth, or a myth that there's nothing to do up here. I would like to debunk that myth so hard, because with all the events happening out here and the amount of people in the community who are doing things,
there is a lot to do here. And I think you're doing a lot to like kind of display that. I'll watch your like weekly event videos every week. I'm like, I didn't know that was happening. That's so cool.
I know, that's how I feel every time I do one. I keep adding more events. I keep seeing new events showing up. And it's crazy to me that this place is not as loved and cherished by so many people. I feel like there's some people who really love it, and then there's some people who want to just are eager to leave. It's just we don't realize like all that there is. Seeing you pick up a guitar after doing forestry, it's just kind of crazy that you would try something new, but it's wonderful and it's inspiring, and that's important to have you on the podcast to show that there is a variation of people up here doing their dreams in some sort of fashion. And I think that is what we need to keep telling people is even if you're under 30 in this area, it doesn't mean that you have to move away.
Right.
It's like a big misconception out here.
It's a huge thing. I mean, that's kind of how I was raised. My mom was like, oh, you got to get out of North Fork. And like so many people in high school, there was just kind of this pervasive thing. If you don't leave or if you end up here, like you failed, which is so backwards, and I feel like it's damaging to the community. It's such an amazing place. I'm glad I went to Cal Poly and like had new experiences there, because it made me like realize how much I love this place. There's no shame staying in some place you love and doing something you love with people you love. I think there needs more of a pathway for people who want to stay and make change for them to do that, because it is hard being a young person around here in terms of work. Freaking expensive, just life in general.
I don't think people realize, because like the people who are involved in the community, like making changes, are obviously a bit older than this. It's a bit older for sure. It's a bit of an older crowd, but there needs to be some sort of like connection to what young people want in this community. And I feel like as young people, we're often not really heard, or we're very quickly dismissed and not taken very seriously. I want people to get involved. There's certain things like as a community that we can all benefit from.
This podcast is brought to you by Peak Excavating, Inc. When it comes to developing your land, you need a team you can trust to do the job right the first time. Peak Excavating, Inc. is a fully licensed professional contractor that brings years of experience to every project. With a background both in construction and forestry, their team knows how to tackle tough terrain safely and efficiently. From trenching for utilities and installing septic systems to grading a foundation pad or driveway, they got the equipment and the know-how to handle it all. Peak prides itself on doing things by the book and on schedule. They stay up to date on county permits, state regulations, and the latest fire safety codes, so you don't have to worry about a thing. There's no project too big or too small. If you need excavation, grading, land clearing, or fire-safe brush removal, Peak will get it done right. Partner with the professionals at Peak Excavating, Inc. to make it happen. Visit peakxlc.com for details.
I love like our old institutional music groups around here. Like Sugar Pine is absolutely legendary, and like so many great musicians around here. Tarantula Banjo, oh my goodness. Andy in Mariposa, he is a absolute staple of Mariposa, and his music, it just sounds like the Foothills. It is hard to be like a younger musician around here trying to get a gig when there are these people who have been playing there for 30 years and they're a little territorial about it. Should be supporting young musicians.
I mean, I think there is space for everyone in this community, and that's what I tell people. Being an entrepreneur here, or even just making your own way here, is so much easier, honestly, than I would say like anywhere else that I've been. Being here, people want to support you hardcore in this community, and I did not realize that. You try something and people are so supportive. It's like we can just all work together instead of like having to compete for unreasonable competition that we're not even having to play a part of, because it's like there is room for everyone here, and we just need to be able to create that space more. What for you is your hope for North Fork?
It is such like this magical hidden place that people are a little bit scared to change, which I totally get. I wouldn't want to change too much about North Fork, but I think it's like, how do we make it more North Fork? How do we like find the things about it that are amazing and just keep like improving those and make them more amazing. And it's a hard thing to do without, you have to honor those traditions of the town while still, you know, letting it change, because everything changes. I think about this a lot. Like, I want to settle down here one day. I want to have a family here. I want to put my life to making North Fork the coolest place ever. I want to see music in North Fork. I want to see more farms like the Kern Farm. Like, there's so much land out here. I want to see our forest restored. I want to see more businesses. I'd also like to see North Fork be more of a walk-in town, like downtown. Just more space for art. That's what's amazing about North Fork, is there is a lot of art and really creative people. There's some freaking gems in North Fork, but just more of that.
We are so rich in it. The amount of art events that we have, music events that we have, and like, I want to see more of that as well. And I think that's something like isn't pushed enough.
There is this kind of separation between like North Fork and other towns. There's nothing to the south of us, really, unless you go across the river and then you're in Fresno County and you're in Auberry. It's a long drive. There's not a lot of crossover between the two. People from North Fork go to Oakhurst because there's like bigger stores there and stuff, but there's not a lot of people from anywhere else coming to North Fork, and I'd like to change that. There's a perception of North Fork people and a negative connotation.
Oh, it's so sad.
I know. And it's not like everybody. And North Fork has been through a lot of stuff. Like, it was an incredibly prosperous town back in the day. It was like a boom town. North Fork was a timber town. And that's why it was so successful, and it was a super like well-to-do town. And then the mill got shut down in 1993, and like a lot of people around here lost their jobs. It's kind of a butterfly effect. There's all the people at the mill. There's all the people who are cutting the trees. There's all the people who are using that wood. And that is something I would like to see for North Fork in the future, is we need a mill. We're a mill town. And I learned a lot about logging and about the forest at Cal Poly. And like what they did historically, old growth logging, not great for the forest, but just not touching it like we are now. I worked for the Forest Service for 3 summers over 4 years. Not a single live tree was harvested for timber while I was there. And it's just so overgrown. Like, it's so incredibly overgrown. And that's why we're having these massive fires. And the solution is simple. It's like, we could benefit. Like, I was talking to Aaron Kern about this. He's like, you need the state subsidized mill. It's not going to be logging for profit, but you can still get timber out of it that can build people's homes. We shouldn't be shipping in timber from Canada all the way here. Like, we have all this stuff here that we can use, and that we can also do that while benefiting the health of the forest.
And keeping it local instead of like having jobs being provided by other countries, by other people. It's like, we have so many local people who know what to do, and the mentality that we have, which is like kind of all or nothing. Well, it's all bad to cut trees. And it's like, well, we can cut what we need and like other native species and do other things that could be beneficial. Maintaining something that is important. We are learning the benefits of having controlled burns and that what that does, even though people are saying fires are all bad. It's like, I think everything in moderation is great. When you're writing music, what is your process?
For me, it's typically word-based. I have a couple songs I've written that like the music and the melody comes first, but a lot of time it'll just be like a phrase will like pop into my head. And I'll like write the whole thing down, and I can kind of hear the music in my head as I'm doing it, and I kind of base the words off that so they kind of fit that melody and that structure. But I write the whole thing down a lot of the times without touching a guitar, or like write down part of it and like kind of mess around with it and then go back and write some more. And then I'll sit down. I've found recently that singing it by itself with no guitar really helps me find like what, because if I try to write out these chords first, make it fit that, it doesn't really fit my voice a lot of times. So I make it fit my voice is what I try to do.
So more voice and lyric central.
I do instrumental stuff, but like for me, music and songwriting are kind of these two separate things that I do. I love playing music with people where I don't have to sing or write any words, and I can just play music. And I write some instrumental pieces. When I'm writing a song and I'm singing, I'm like, all right, the guitar, 3 chords and the truth, nothing fancy. I'm not like a musician. I'm a songwriter. And really what I want to be is a singer. Like, that's what I love more than anything, is singing.
Wow. So singing is like number one, and then songwriting. What kind of genre would you say you play?
I'd call it folk. That's a broad term, but it's just like music of the common people. That's what folk music is.
How did you develop your style? Was it something you always had, or is it like inspiration that you come from?
I think it's been a lot of trial and error, and I'm still finding my style. And I think my style is going to change as time goes on. But just really learning songs, kind of folky country, a lot of what I do. I didn't like folk or country at all until I was very anti-country actually during high school. I didn't like it all until I went to college and met my roommate Joey. and we were sitting up in this tree, like this oak tree on this like platform up there. And he played Universal Sound by Tyler Childers. I'm like, what is this? Like, this is the best thing I've ever heard. And then just kind of fell down the rabbit hole of Tyler Childers, found bluegrass. But yeah, it was a lot of trial and error. And I think a lot of it is I wanted to be able to do it by myself. I saw this video of, I still watch it when I need some inspiration. It's when Tyler Childers first started getting big. He's doing a residency in Nashville and just sits up there for a whole hour, just him and his guitar. And I was like, cool, I want to do that.
That's
and
how
like,
you want to be.
I do want to find a band someday. It's just not where it's at right now. And I think, I don't know, it just kind of, folk music just kind of found me. And it felt really natural for my voice and for the way I like to play guitar and for the guitars that I play. This is a country western model. That kind of music sound like that's what it wants to be. It wants to be played like that. The writing and the composition of the songs is it's very meticulous. The only real writing is rewriting. The certain things I do, like the way I have these little lines I have, and the words themselves, I've meticulously crafted. Like they come from a place of instant like inspiration, but I've honed them in a lot. But the performance of them is like when you get to drop into your voice and be present and do all that feeling.
I love listening to your music because it's so story heavy and you really get to listen to the lyrics and kind of be taken on a journey. And you are a storyteller in your songs. And you're able to like capture such emotion.
I know it's an outlet for me because I'm not a super emotionally expressive person in most of my life, but music is a real outlet for me to do that. And also for me to find those feelings for myself while I'm writing it or while I'm playing it for myself. Music changed my life, like opened up so much emotion for me and just, it really changed my life. And especially live music. If I can give that experience to even one person, totally worth it. That's what it's all about. You got to give back is how I think about it.
What do you want your music to say to others?
I don't know. It's not something I think about too much. It's a process of finding out who I am and expressing that. Really, like the deeper parts of myself that are universal human things. Try to share universal stories. And there's something really beautiful about a universal thing in a very detailed, intimate, like story, a very specific story where you're not actually singing about these things, but they're present. I mean, I really love probably one of my greatest heroes ever, one of the greatest folk musicians ever, Woody Guthrie, because he was more than a musician and like a songwriter. He was an activist. He would go travel the country and lived through the Dust Bowl and all that, the Great Depression, and he'd go to these labor camps and sing for people and sing at like rallies for labor unions. And he really he saw music as a weapon. I'm going to use this to make change in the world. And I think music is such a powerful tool for that. That's how I want to use it, like to help make the world a better place.
Is there anything you're trying to say right now with your music?
I think I'm trying to tell the story of here. That's really what I'm trying to do, is take all these stories around here and the sounds of out here and share them with people that are from here and who love it and are happy to hear what this place sounds like.
I love when a good song is slightly political and tell people to make an action. What is an action that you would want people to be inspired by to do?
Oh man, there's a lot. I think it's just love it. Like I have a song, it was one of the first songs I wrote, and I think it's my favorite song I've written. And after I wrote that, do I need to write more songs? I was like,
yeah. I've cracked the code. I found the perfect song.
And it's called Love Each Other. And I think like radical love. And that doesn't mean you have to be nice to people you don't always have to be nice to people, but loving them in the sense that they are a human being just like you are. You could have been born in their body and had their life experiences, and their human experience is valid, and just need to love them and want them to have a good life and be happy. Everyone. I really try to love everyone, even people I vehemently disagree with, like understanding that comes from someplace. If someone's being angry or hateful, like it sucks feeling angry and hateful. And like I have been in my life, and like realize that like that sucks for them too. Like they're not happy or having a good life. So genuinely wanting to help people and loving them as yourself and as your neighbor and everything, like that's what I would say. Just have some love and compassion for everyone.
This episode is brought to you by SierraGrass. SierraGrass is a haven for roots music lovers, a 3-day festival in the Sierra Nevada's foothills, showcasing some of the best bluegrass, folk, and Americana around. If you come for the music, you won't be disappointed. The lineup is carefully curated to give you a bit of everything. One moment you're clapping along to lightning fast banjo breakdown, and the next you're closing your eyes to absorb the soulful folk ballad. You'll hear the tight harmonies that give you goosebumps, and instrumental picking so skillful it'll knock the dust right off your boots. There's something about hearing the music in the open mountain air that makes it even more powerful. Fiddles and mandolins ring out under the big sky, and the bass thumps into your chest as you tap your feet into the grass. Big festival crowds can make you feel distant, but at SierraGrass, you can get right up close to the stage and connect with the performances. It's the kind of place where encores can happen because the audience and musicians feel that same electric joy. If you want to experience roots music in the purest, most heartfelt form, SierraGrass is the place to do it. SierraGrass happens the weekend of April 30th, May 1st, and May 2nd. You can find out more at SierraGrass.com.
I had a question because you wrote the song called No Kind of Love. Literally just posted and you finally got it out there. I'm so proud of you for finally getting your social media and your website. Okay, but you wrote No Kind of Love recently, which I'm super happy about, but it's about your dog, Mazikeen, right?
Mazikeen, Maisie.
It's about your dog that passed away. And for you, like, how did you get into writing something? Like, was it healing? Was it hard to write something like that, profound and deep? Or was it something that kind of feels like a loss every time you sing?
I wrote that, so she was only 4 years old.
Oh my God, so young.
And her liver just kind of started failing. So we kind of knew there was a whole month leading up to it where Maisie's going to die. And it was like a really rough time. And I'd written the outline of the song. Anything was wrong with her. I'm like, I love this dog. Like, Maisie was like my best friend in the world. Like, probably the greatest dog that ever lived, without question. Sorry, all the other dogs. You're cute. Love you all. But
you're not Maisie.
No, Maisie was the greatest. She was like a magical creature. And I wrote this song before she died, while we knew she was dying. And it took me a year or so to record it.
Finish it before she passed away, or was it something that...
I finished it before she passed away.
Wow. Was that hard when she did pass away?
It was so hard. It was losing family. I love that dog as much as I've loved anything. There's a line in that song like, sent from above, there's no kind of love. It's like, I feel like dogs are just like a gift to humankind. They're just this unconditional love, and they're just love sponges. They're so pure. They're so pure and just amazing, and they give so much comfort to people. They just love you and they just want to make you happy. Just wholesome and pure. Just so much love to give. And they can do really no wrong because it really comes from whoever took care of them. Exactly. So something that I feel like you are doing and you started is this Local Treasures project. So tell me a little bit about it. I've started a project. It's called Local Treasures. And I think what really started it was I saw Deb Sipes play. And she was part of Good Medicine, which was really a legendary local band. And she's been playing around here for a long time. And we're at open mic at the North Fork studio. And I hadn't seen her since I was a kid. I didn't really remember her. And just struck me to the floor with her voice and her guitar playing. And I was, oh my goodness, this is like an absolute treasure. I need to capture this sound while she's still with us. So I'm working with her to record an album or some tunes of hers. I was also inspired by Gems on VHS. It's a really YouTube channel. And there's this kind of tradition of people, there's folk music and there's the people that find the folk music and record it. Like Alan Lomax did back in the day. A lot of Lomaxes did that for Woody Guthrie. We have their music because the people that found him and recorded him. And there's so many, I've been working with Tarantula Banjo, Andy over in Mariposa. I found his Earthship Sessions album, and he has a song called California Foothill Billy. And I listen to that when I drive around here. This sounds like here. And I feel like you need to record these things for these places. There's some Good Medicine albums out there. Chuck Thrapp recorded children's songs from the Sierras, and I would sing a bunch of those growing up. Oh. But there's just so much talent around here and people that deserve to be seen and their voices heard, because there's so much, going back to the social media, there's so much just garbage out there and hateful stuff and divisive stuff. And I used to be very anti-social media. It's all bad. And then you see people like Jesse Wells, who kind of built his career off of that platform. And it really is just a platform. It's a tool to use how you will. And I think we need to combat all the hateful, divisive stuff with beautiful, real voices and real stories. And authentic, genuine people with real hearts. I think that's the thing that I'm trying to very much lean towards. We need to get back to the state of
being human and like having our humanity and having our heart and our spirit in everything that we do. And being genuine and authentic is what we're going to be seeking. I mean, we're in the time of AI. How do people know what's real, what's not real? And I think having genuine songs and having genuine lyrics and people who have a really good heart is what's going to be something that we really need to experience as people, to make sure that this is real. This is what we're experiencing, and that you are doing that. And it's wonderful that you're getting local people in our area that maybe don't have the experience to record an album or even have that platform that you have. I mean, now we get to all witness you and kind of be this person, this community that gets to rise you up in what you're doing and kind of witness you start growing as a singer, songwriter, musician.
And I love my communities. Like, when I play shows here and it's just all of my friends are out there and like my family, it's just the best thing ever. It's the most rewarding, heart-filling thing. Recording these people, like a lot of them, there's this guy, Jason Marshall in North Fork, and I saw him at the open mic too. He's just a working man. I've been working around here for a long time, and he was playing this song. And I was like, wow, this is a Bob Dylan song I've never heard? This is amazing. And I talked to him after. He's like, no, I wrote that. He's never even thought about, I need to record these. But it's just like, it should be shared with people. This guy's amazing. So many real people who just like play the music for themselves and love it for themselves. And that's why it's so beautiful. And I want to do what I can to share that. I'm hoping one day to expand and do like local live music events where you have, like, feature a bunch of local people, local businesses, local artists. And I'm going to take it with me when I travel and go, like, because I spend the rest of my life in finding these kind of people and doing this kind of stuff. But there are other places out there like this with their own kind of vibe and their own story. So I want to go travel and find meet these people and tell these stories and share along the way these wonderful, amazing people that have inspired you in your journey of being an artist. And something that's really interesting that we need to talk about for a second is that, like, when I first met you, and still today, you're like, I don't want to be famous. I don't want to be famous. I want to be famous to the point where I don't have to show my face. Like, I can just live my happy life doing my music and being okay with that. But can you explain a bit more? Obviously, what for you is like success and with music? I mean, I'd love to be able, I want to be North Fork famous. But I want success for me, I want to be able to support myself, support my family, grow some food, own a home, own some land, and then just do what I can to just play music and have that freedom to play music, to write, and to help the community grow. And fame, it's weird, like, people just like tell me, you're going to be famous. I'm like, no, don't tell me that, because it feels like a threat. Like, one of my heroes, Oliver Anthony, he blew up for a song couple summers ago. It's called Rich Men North of Richmond. It was like a kind of a political song, but it was really just about his feelings, and it was a freaking beautiful song. He's an amazing singer, definitely someone I really look up to and how he expresses himself, and blew up like millions and millions of, they were talking about it at primary debates. It was like brought up as like the whole world was like talking about this song, and he was just a dude from out in the woods in Virginia. Whoa, what do I do with this? And people were offering multi-million-dollar contracts. And he ended up turning them all down and I think I can do this by myself. I don't want all of this. I don't want the huge stadiums. I don't want the rhinestones. But he did manage to find financial freedom through that success, or through that fame, which I guess is like, fame is, I guess, how you use it. But he started something called the Rural Revival Project, which is something like, that's one of my dreams, is to like work with that and help do something like that, where he's using music and like sustainable agriculture to revive rural towns in America that have been kind of forgotten about they're not getting a lot of support. They've been downtrodden just through all the things that have happened in our country. And he wants to go to these towns, set up a permanent venue that the town will own, play a show there, raise them a bunch of money, boom, next town. And that's just like such an amazing thing to do, because he could have signed those multi-million-dollar contracts and just sold out, but he didn't. And he's doing what he believes in, and you can hear it in his music, and trying to help people. That's amazing. For you, you just want to be just successful, but not necessarily famous. There's levels. If there's like Tyler Childers famous, where like a lot of people don't know who Tyler Childers is, but the people who do are, this man is like the bomb, for sure. I agree with you. Okay, speed round. So I want you to just, first thing that comes to mind, or that's truly in your heart. And it's about our area. Favorite local restaurant or cafe? It was La Cabana. Rest in peace, La Cabana. Greatest restaurant ever. And I will never have another favorite. Okay,
wow. Very serious.
Mexican restaurant in North Fork.
Favorite small business in town?
Gnarly Carrot.
Favorite place to watch a sunset?
Up on Whiskey Ridge, there's an overlook I know about that I'm not going to tell you where it is.
Whatever you feel like you can tell me. I know that people have their local spot that they don't want to share, so that's fine. What's the best smell in the foothills?
Oh, there's this fall smell after it rains. That's kind of a classic answer. Fresh rain. It is.
What if the foothills had a sound? What would it be?
Like rushing water, like a gently bubbling creek.
I like that. I didn't think about that. Okay, favorite hike or trail?
Probably the Shut-Eye, like the saddle at Shut-Eye.
Favorite lake or river spot to swim in, if you're willing to share?
Whiskey Creek, but I will not disclose the location, but Whiskey Creek.
Favorite season in the foothills and why?
Ooh, spring. Because everything is so lush and green, and the wildflowers are crazy, and the temperature is perfect. And it's blue skies and these big fluffy, if it was spring here year round, it would be paradise. And you have like sunny warm days, and you have like some nice rainy days. Absolutely perfect.
What's your favorite tree or plant in this area?
Sugar pine. Ooh, either sugar pine or mountain dogwood.
The dogwoods are beautiful here. I love when they come in season.
Oh, but the sugar pine, the way they smell, the big old cone.
Favorite local event or festival?
Loggers Jamboree. New contender though, SierraGrass Music Festival in Ahwahnee.
At Sierra Meadows.
Yep, they're coming back up April 30th through May 2nd this year.
Hey.
One of the best, such high level bluegrass, amazing musicians, and the fact that this is in our area is pretty astounding.
And the venue is so gorgeous.
I went last year. I'm like, I've been to some music. This is the best music festival I've ever been to. Such good energy there. So I love what they're doing there. A local musician or artist that everyone should know about? Deb Sipes. I think the world should know about Deb Sipes. Favorite place to hear live music? Grove House. Grove House in Mariposa. A local tradition or gathering that you would never miss? I mean, again, I would say probably the Loggers Jamboree. I want to go to that one for the rest of my life. It's so much fun. When is that? A 4th of July weekend every year. What's the best part about growing up or living here? Oh man, growing up in nature is pretty huge. Made a big impact on me. But also just growing up in such a community. North Fork Elementary School is one of the best schools ever. Having a really great arts program, K through 8th grade, and in high school as well, but really special arts program there. And that was probably the best thing about growing up here. Where did you go to high school? Yosemite High School in Oakhurst. Go Badgers. Perfect day off from morning to night. What are you doing? Oh, okay, I'm waking up at 4:30 in the morning. I really like waking up when it's still dark out. The whole world is asleep. Wake up, make coffee, probably meditate for a little bit, maybe read a book, play my guitar. I play my guitar a lot. I'd want to hang out with friends. So part of my perfect day would probably be getting stuff done during the day, just going grocery shopping or cleaning the house. If there's nothing else, I have to kind of enjoy doing that stuff. And then in the evening, cooking dinner with friends and jamming some music. What's a local superstition or myth that you secretly love? There's people that say there's Bigfoot at Shut-Eye Peak, and I've heard some stories where I'm like, I would really like to believe that. If I was a Bigfoot, I would live in North Fork, 100%. You never know where you can find them. If you were to describe the foothills in one word, what would that be? Home. Perfect encapsulation. What's one thing you hope never changes about this place? I hope we that neighborly feel. There's so much polarization these days, and I hope we never lose that neighborly sense. The people around you are what matters, being kind to them. And what's one thing that you do hope changes about this place? I want it to be more affordable for young people. And I want to boost the art culture here because there's so much potential, really creative people, but there's not a lot of infrastructure to support those people. And I feel this could be a capital in the state, being so close to Yosemite and also being the exact center of California. It's not too far from anywhere. That's so true. Definitely the fact that it's really hard for people to afford things here, but it's also this is the cheapest place in California. So you have people from LA and San Diego coming in and buying houses, and it's kind of hard for people who are local because to what people think is really inexpensive, to us it's really expensive because of the means that we have here. And I think it's really difficult for people to feel like they're making enough money in this area because things are so expensive. We're also competing with the prices that tourists have to pay for things as well. So we're paying tourist prices, even though we are locals. And I really want that to change. I think that we have so much to offer in this area, but it's that we also have very little power. I think a lot of people don't realize that we aren't a town. We're not incorporated. We don't have a mayor. We are under
2 counties, Mariposa County and Eastern Madera County, and we just have supervisors that essentially have to do everything for the entire county's benefit, which is hard.
Something I've been thinking a lot about is we should be part of Mariposa County. So like you have Mariposa and Madera County right next to each other, and they both extend from the foothills and like into the mountains down into the valley, and most of the population is down in the valley. They live entirely different lives.
Yes, they do.
And like that's what Madera County is focused on, is like Madera. There's no reason that like we have a whole different set of concerns up here.
It's a whole different set of concerns, but also like even people who are here, like we don't go to Madera.
Right.
We go to Fresno.
Right.
You know? And like people who live in Mariposa, I mean, they go to Merced, but they're not a part of Merced County. It's hard for us in Oakhurst to feel like we're relating to Madera at all, because medically and shopping wise, we go to Fresno for everything.
Right.
Like no one really goes to Madera. We kind of suffer the consequences of not becoming the priority because we're not the county seat.
Yeah, we don't really have a say. Split both Mariposa and Madera counties north to south, and then those valley sections can be one county.
Well, Mariposa was the largest county in California at some point.
It's crazy that like Oakhurst and North Fork are not part of the same county as Mariposa, because it's the same kind of like, we have a lot of the same problems, a lot of the same kind of, we're not that far from each other geographically, like we're connected in a lot of ways. Why is that a whole different county, and why are we the same county, Madera? So
I know it's a little complicated. I definitely think there's so much that needs to be done and dealt with in terms of that way. Like I would love to see, North Fork incorporated, Oakhurst incorporated, and for these towns to really like boom in terms of like where they see their own vision, not through the eyes of someone in the valley or who doesn't live here, deciding that vision for us. There's so many people who want to come and help. Yeah. And there's so many people who want to make this place better. And we're dealing with a lot of red tape to make it harder for us to do those things. I would love to see sidewalks in Oakhurst. And I know that there's like tons of businesses in Oakhurst who do know how to make sidewalks and would probably want to be a part of that project and not have it cost so much. But it's going to be a lot of money to just get a sidewalk. And we've had 3 mobility studies in Oakhurst just to have a potential sidewalk. Just the idea, not even a sidewalk, just the idea of a sidewalk in these studies. And it's like, we all need to get involved. Oh my God, a bumblebee! Hello.
Hey, little fella.
Hello, you little friend. Oh my God. He chose you, right? I think worker bees are all males.
Yeah. So.
You guys are vibing.
Yep. He's my friend now. What should we name him?
I don't know.
I feel like Basil.
Basil's such a cute name.
All right, we'll name the bee Basil.
It's so cute. I love it. Okay, I'll let you keep flying around there.
He's going to get picked up on my microphone.
I know. He's going to be buzzing around.
We'll just hang out with him, I guess.
Oh my God. Hello.
Hey.
What would you tell your 17-year-old self in the foothills who's trying to figure it out?
Oh man, I'd tell myself pick up the guitar. And also 17, I would tell myself enjoy your time here and really appreciate it.
What would you say to anyone who would want to do music in this area?
I would say do it. We need more music around here. And I was talking to a younger musician the other day. He saw me play at Fall Festival. He's like, I think he was like 14 or something. He's like, I just started playing recently. And I was like, dude, keep playing. Pick up a guitar now and like do it every day or like as much as you can, and it'll pay off. And I've only been writing songs and singing and playing guitar seriously for about 3 years. All it really takes is like, if you really love it and it's what you want to do, like it just takes time. So like put in the time and like enjoy it and play with other people. Go to open mics is what I would say for starter musicians. Like go to as many as you can. We have some great ones around here. Idle Hour is going to be having one over winter inside every Thursday night. Grove House has an amazing one. I've seen some really, really talented people there, like amazing. And the venue's great. And like, the audience is wonderful. I know North Fork Studio does one with Squirrel Cage Theater every couple months.
Oh, that's amazing. So there's the one in Oakhurst, Mariposa. North Fork has an open mic?
Squirrel Cage Theater hosts one at North Fork Studio intermittently. So it's not a consistent thing, but
got it.
Keep your eye out.
I like that. Where would you like to be in 10 years from now?
Oh man, I'd like to be here probably. I'd like to have a house. I'd like to start planting some fruit trees. Wife and kids, hopefully, or at least a wife. And I'd like to start my own music festival. I'd like to hopefully have a couple albums out at that point. I'd like to start a program around here, like supporting music for kids, like getting guitars for kids who can't afford them, and like music lessons and that kind of stuff. So I'd like to be here still, or I'll probably go somewhere else in between for a little bit, but I'd like to be here.
Oh, that's beautiful. What would you like people to know about you and like your projects? How can people, oh my God, Basil's back.
Yep.
I love it. Basil is back. Hello.
Hello.
Yes. Wow, you are a bumbling bee. Like, how can people be a part of what you're doing?
So I have my website up now. Thank you for helping me with that.
What is it? Tell the people.
It's Kai Asmund Music, and Osmond is spelled with an A. So like Asmund.com. And for local treasures, if you know anyone locally, there's going to be like a submission form there where you can like nominate them or like just send me their music. If you'd like me to play somewhere, I'm available for that. So you can reach out to me there. You can reach out to me on Instagram, Facebook, all that good stuff.
When are you leaving to travel?
That'll be next spring. I think I'm going to go to New Mexico first, and then North Carolina as well. There's some great music there. So I'm going to hit the road. I'm going to take my guitar. I'm going to go play in some bars across the country. And I love this country, and I haven't seen enough of it. As messed up as a lot of it is, it's like it's the best country in the world, and I love it. And like I want to see more of it and like meet the people and hear the different sounds of all these places.
That's amazing. When are you coming back?
I'll be back for SierraGrass early May, and I'll be back for the Loggers Jamboree in July, and I'll probably be gone in between all that.
What is something you want people to take away from this conversation? Like if they can leave with knowing something about you, what do you want people to leave knowing about you?
To know about me, if there's something I'd want to say to people, it would be like follow your dreams, dream big, follow it, don't be afraid, and love each other. And that's what I would say to people. Okay,
and what do you want people to know about Yosemite Foothills, like this area?
I want people to know that it really is one of a kind, and it's really precious, and it does take, I know we all love it, but it does take work to maintain that. Encourage people to step up and like be proud of your community and make it the best it can be for your kids and their kids.
Like just do as much as you can and just support those local people.
Yeah, like be grateful for it. It's a really, really special place.
Yeah, I agree. Thank you so much, Kai.
Thank you, Juliet. Thank you for the opportunity to share my music.
Thank you for being my first guest and letting me mess up a million times.
Well, thank you for being my first podcast.
To many more, right? To many more.
Yeah, this is fun.
And honestly, I'm so excited that you're doing all the music for the podcast.
Yep.
We're going to have the intro music, and then we're going to have like every outro song, hopefully a different song. That's the plan.
And I don't know if they'll all be my songs, but I will have them all be local, and I will be producing them.
So I'm super excited. Thank you so much, Kai.
Thank you, Juliet.
And don't forget to check out KaiAsmund.com for music and check him out on his social media links. What do you got?
I got Instagram, I got Facebook, I got TikTok now.
Hey, look at you. You're fully there.
Yep.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Cheers.
Cheers. Woo! All done.
Sweet Mazakine was a Tijuana street dog, a finer street dog has never been seen. She followed me home, so I called her my own. She sat by my feet while I strummed the guitar. Talking, it's all about walking. A good stick for throwing and a silence to share. And when I came home from a hard day of working, I was greeted by love, so kind and so fair. Sent from above, no kind of love, no kind of love like the love between a boy and his dog. But dogs get older, despite how I pray. And the sun got colder, she passed away. And know she's still running. Meadows on high, there's a new constellation up in the sky. Sent from above, there's no kind of love, no kind of love like the love between a boy and his dog.